Well, here we are. 6 days into unemployment as of the time of making this video. How you doing, Mickey? Oh, I'm just fine. I go in and out of panic attacks, but I'm pulling through. Actually, all of you have been the biggest breath of fresh air through all of this. Your comments have been incredibly encouraging, and I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for all of your kind words. I'm so glad I decided to document that whole fiasco because I'd be way more stressed out right now if I didn't have this incredible supportive community. I seriously don't know how to thank you all enough. And I'll keep making videos as long as you all keep watching them. And if you're new and you don't know what I'm talking about, I made 4 videos recounting events from my last job, which pretty much ended up with me getting fired because I didn't have enough money to work there. If you want to check those videos out, I have them in a playlist on my channel called I Can't Afford My Job Anymore. Or you can click on the button here. But today, I want to go over another wild story, and if you thought my work situation was bad, how would you feel if your boss tried to make you pay for your manager's overtime? I don't know if I've been so blind to exactly how bad these bosses can be, or if it's actually getting worse out here, but why are so many of us putting up with this? There's too many bosses with power trips and egos, and not enough leaders who actually want to make a positive difference. Money rules the world and has fallen into the hands of the wrong people, I'll tell you what. And real quick, if you like my work and want to support me on Patreon, click the link in the description. But you most certainly do not have to pay me money. If you want to support me another way, there's no better way than hyping and liking this video and boosting me in the algorithm. I crave financial stability while I navigate these waters of unemployment. So no matter how you choose to support me, if you choose to support me, even if it's just by watching this video, thank you so much. With that being said, here's the story. This story comes from VMG100, and I don't know if that's how you intended to say your name, OP, but I like it, so I'm going to roll with it. My boss is upset I won't pay his employee overtime. Yes, I said that right. My boss is upset I won't pay my coworker/manager overtime out of my own pocket. It started because I needed a shift off. Said manager agreed if this separate person takes said shift, he'll go up there and make sure breaks are taken accordingly, which would result in him being there an hour and a half. Here comes our boss, the owner, saying, "You know, if he covers breaks, I gotta pay him overtime, right?" And I replied with, yeah, because that's obvious, I thought. And he went on to emphasize how he has to pay him $40 in overtime because I wasn't getting it. And then he asked if I was going to pay him, and when I said no, that's not my job, he said, "You're right, your job is to work your shifts." And I cut him off and said, "Or get the shift covered with approval of a manager per your request," which I did. He then asked me, "So you're not going to pay him, huh?" And when I let out a chuckle and said no, cause I couldn't believe the owner just asked his own employee to pay another employee, he said, "Okay, I got you," and hung up the phone. So OP's boss is guilt tripping him for what exactly? OP got his shift covered, it was approved by a manager, so why are you giving OP so much crap over this? And the audacity to suggest he cover his manager's overtime. That's bold of you to suggest, dude. And illegal. And you know what? If you're so upset that you have to pay OP's manager $40 in overtime, maybe talk to the manager about it since he's the one who knows the schedule and approved it in the first place. Like, dude, f*** off. OP goes on to say, "I'm honestly expecting my hours cut or just flat out fired. My boss does not like hearing no from his employees." See, that's the power tripping I'm talking about. There's a difference in an employee respecting their owner. Oh my God, definitely not owner. There's a difference in an employee respecting their employer and fighting for fair treatment. He wants us to treat this job like it's our lifetime career, which it is not. To all of us, it's a way to pay bills and figure out what we actually want to do with life. I'm sorry I keep interrupting, but that's one of the biggest gripes I have with all these bosses and company owners. Look, I'm glad to be the one to break the news to you guys, but all of your employees, every single one of them is there for one thing and one thing only. And that's to make money. You think John McIntyre wants to sell your bullshit product because he actually believes in it? "These knives will cut your food better than any knife in the world. I stake my life on it because I believe in Mason's steak and butcher knives. In fact, I pay money out of my own pocket just to sell these knives because I'm just lucky enough to be here." No, dude. If you weren't paying your employees, you think they'd show up tomorrow? And then they always have the audacity to get mad when you talk about money and job interviews. No, Jamie, we aren't a fucking family here. Give me my check and I'll go do what you're paying me to do. This is completely transactional. I don't care about your fake corporate culture. Sorry, got on a bit of a tangent there. I think I'm just kind of burnt out on jobs right now. OP goes on to say, I've been trying to get into the car wrap industry, but I had to keep it quiet because our boss is lashed out when he finds out people plan on leaving. And unfortunately, until I get another job, I can't leave, or else I would have a long time ago. Also, this business is far from dying, it's very much thriving. I'm talking the man probably earned more than $40 in the 2 minutes we were on the phone. Very busy and booming business. Cause, he has multiple now. So to ask your employee to pay another employee to work in your business dumbfounded me. And I hope I'm not the only one who sees how crazy this is. Can't wait to leave. Yeah, OP, you nailed it. In fact, asking an employee to pay for another employee's wages is highly illegal. It's considered wage theft and probably tax fraud because your boss would be avoiding overtime payout by making you do it. Not to mention the violation of labor laws. Jesus Christ. There's a debate on if my work story is legal or not, but I think yours is a clear-cut case. And below, OP gives us an update. Update. It's the following Tuesday after all that happened, the same day my work week starts, and I was informed last night by a regular employee that I was off the schedule completely. No manager or owner reached out, they made a new schedule and expected me to come in at my regular time so they can take my keys away. So I walked over to the owner and said, I heard you want these, and showed him the keys. All he said was, yeah, and I handed them over and said, have a good day. I did text the managers in the group chat last night, before OP handed his keys over. I said, can I assume since the new schedule starts tomorrow and I'm not on it that I'm fired? And one of the managers replied, he will definitely probably be expecting to see you tomorrow. Bro wasn't too happy to pay me cash this weekend and manager's OT. Unfortunately, I can't say I'm surprised I was fired over this. The owner is quick to make drastic decisions because he's angry in the moment. But life keeps going. I'll be filing for unemployment while trying to get into the car wrap industry. Wish me good luck, and thank you for all the support. Also, the business is in Texas, if that helps you guys get an idea of the laws the owner is attempting to break. Oh my god, Texas strikes again. All the labor laws in Texas do is embolden the employers to treat people so poorly. It's no secret that Texas is rated one of the worst states to work in. In 2025, it looks like it scored number 45 in the entire US, because God forbid the employee actually has a way to protect themselves when these companies almost always get away with tossing people out of a plane without a parachute. And I'm curious, if you have a good job in Texas with an employer that treats you well, let us know in the comments, because I just haven't worked very many, and I think unfortunately it's just kind of rare. Down in the comments someone says, that's not how this works. And the response under it is exactly what I'm talking about. OP needs to tell his boss that the labor agency in their state strongly disagrees, and a judge will be more than happy to inform him of what his obligations are as an employer paying wages. I don't even need to know what state this is illegal. OP, I wish you all the success in the world on your new venture, and if you do pursue legal action, I hope you win and get a large cut of the pie. Alright, let's do one more. This story comes from Mother Soraka. Manager said no phones during work hours, period. So I stopped answering his calls. Perfect. I work IT for a medium-sized company. Okay, I know I'm interrupting this one already, but I have to say, I feel like some of the best stories just come out of IT. I think it should just be a general rule in life not to mess with people in IT, because everyone I know in that line of work specifically just has some of the most analytical minds, primed with creative ways of getting revenge on you. It's IT and engineers. Just don't mess with them. You've been warned. All right, back to the story. I work IT for a medium-sized company. We've always been allowed to have our phones at our desks. Sometimes family emergencies happen, doctors call back, whatever. As long as we weren't scrolling social media all day, nobody cared. New manager comes in last month, sees one person checking a text, and loses it. Sends out an email. Effective immediately. No personal phones during work hours. They must be left in your car or locker. That means 9 to 5, no exceptions. Anyone caught with a phone will be written up. Okay, sure, boss. The thing is, our manager works from home 3 days a week, and when server issues pop up after hours or on weekends, guess how he contacts us? That's right, our personal phones. We don't have company phones. Friday afternoon at 4:45 p.m., major server issue. I see it, could fix it in 10 minutes, but my phone is in the car as per policy. I calmly finish my work at 5 and walk out. By the time I get to my car and check my phone at 5:15, I have 17 missed calls and a string of increasingly panicked texts from my manager. The server has been down for 30 minutes. Multiple departments can't do anything. I call him back. Hey, just got in my car and saw your calls. What's up? I love that. You know damn well there's a massive fire happening in the background and your boss is probably having one of the worst days of their life and you just call him back all sunshine and rainbows. Oh, hey boss, what's up? That's perfect. He's furious, malding and seething, asking why I didn't answer the phone. I reminded him about the no phones policy and he says, "That's different. This was an emergency." I point out his email, no exceptions, and I was just following the policy to avoid a write-up. Monday morning, new email. "Personal phones are permitted at desks for emergency purposes." Back to normal then. Nice job, OP. Sometimes the best way for people to learn is through hands-on experience. The comments say it best. Awesome work, but I would have driven home first. I don't trust my phone in the car. It's unsafe. I wouldn't even bring my phone to work, since leaving it in the car is a theft risk. Now this is malicious compliance. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think of these Reddit stories. You all seem to really like the last one, and I enjoy reading them. I may make them a regular thing if you all like them. And if you have any stories you want to read, whether it be yours or one that you find online, link them in the comments and I'll check them out. Later.